Forza Horizon 6 officially launched a week ago, and I'm really loving it so far with everything the game has to offer. Except a couple of things. What are those things, you may ask? Let's talk about it. So the first thing I'd like to talk about within this video that I have a problem with the game is online races. Now, here's two things for online races that I have an issue with. One being that there should be better moderation for the rammers, and there should also have more variety of events to do within online as well. Now, getting into better moderation for rammers, it's really simple. Like, there should be more things that prevents rammers from ramming in these races, as it's really egregious right now. I'm pretty sure like they can add maybe a penalty system, not to the extent that wasn't like Forza Motorsport, but that would be very useful, as well as like other stuff. Maybe if you ram too much people, you have too much high of a penalty, you get disqualified from the race. It's just simple as that, right? Like, it's really egregious right now how bad the situation is. It's kind of makes the experience not very nice, especially when it comes from a person that is trying to grind within that and, you know, building a bunch of different cars, right? It's not very fun. But also, it kind of is annoying that there's not really much variety when it comes to these events or the selection, right? There you got quite a bit of stuff, but it's not to the extent where like you had all these different modes in the previous games that are not seen right now, which is kind of annoying. But honestly, what I would just add for this whole system is just add special events. Special events is really nice to have. Something where like you drive a very wonky car that everyone has to drive, like the POP50, or maybe have like group racing where we have one group within the race that is driving faster cars than the other group, kind of like what was seen in Forza Motorsport, where you had all these multiple groups driving within that one race. Something like that. I'll add like more variety to the, you know, online play, and give more players a reason to play these, you know, different types of stuff, right? So that's kind of what I want for that. But going into the next session I would like to talk about here is the festival playlist. Now, PlayerUnknown's Games has talked about FOMO being kind of tweaked and not being as egregious as it was in the previous entries, where you can actually earn some of the cars that are added to the festival playlist later on. However, they only specifically said from special events that you would have to do to get these cars or whatever, which I completely disagree with. FOMO should absolutely get out of the way. Like, it's fine to have, you know, new cars added to the festival playlist, and, you know, having them been added or whatever, but they should be added into the auto show later on. Add them into the auto show, it just makes the experience more enjoyable, and that just completely gets rid of it, the whole FOMO system, right? As well as the fact that returning cars should not be in this system. It should not be in this whole thing. I don't know why we're still having returning cars added to the festival playlist as if they weren't in the previous games before, right? Like, for example, we have the 370Z that you have to essentially get all the points from all the weeks just to get that one car that has been in literally every Forza game previously. It's kind of annoying, and it's just really ridiculous, the fact that we still have to be earning these cars through special things and not, we can't buy them through the auto show. It doesn't make any sense at all. But another thing is I'd like to talk about as well that is really important is having different stuff to do within the festival playlist itself. You know, we've had the same formula since it's been added in the first place back in Horizon 4, where you do a trial, you do like a weekly challenge where you have to go in a certain car and do that, get Forza on points, money, whatever it is, do a couple of PR stunts, do a couple of championships. It's been the same formula since it's been added. We need something different with every single theme that's get added within every month. You know, with the monthly updates they do, they need to spice it up, something different. it's been the same for so long, as long as I can remember. We need something different with this, because as the time goes on, especially now where the game is actually really good, it just makes the experience less, I guess, special, if that makes sense, and less, it just I don't know, you know what I mean? It just needs to change, and FOMO just needs to go for this mode. But another thing I'm going to talk about, which is the last thing for this video, is the player on game modes. So infected, king, etc. Why are these modes not in the game currently? Yes, I know Play On Games said that they are changing these modes to make them better, I guess, to refresh them, as they claim that they haven't really changed these modes that much, which I guess is cool. But at the same time, you know, it just begs the question, why do these modes need refreshers, and how extreme will these refreshers be? Because to be honest, like, coming from a person that played these modes religiously with Horizon 2, 3, 4, and you know, these modes never needed changes. I don't understand why they feel the need to want to change these modes. I felt like they kind of did spice things up with the team type of modes that they added in Horizon 4, where they kind of like just made them teams. I don't think these modes really need changes. And the thing is, like, how egregious will these changes be? Will these like feel completely different from what we already gotten, or will they just be kind of like quality of life changes where they're much improved from previously? I don't know how they're gonna go about it. I hope that these modes aren't significantly changed, because these play a big role into my online experience, right? Like, I played these modes heavily in Horizon 2 and 3, and the fact that they're not in this game right now, and the fact that they might be changed, will significantly come into play as to whether or not I would want to play online with this game properly. Because right now, I only really played online races, and that's it. I haven't made any looking for group posts or nothing on Xbox or none of that yet, because of these modes not existing. You know, it's actually saying to me that they're trying to change these, where I don't know, like, it doesn't seem that's needed. Like, it's absolutely unnecessary as the way I see it. But anyways, guys, that's all I'm gonna say for today's video. Just leave a like and subscribe. Hype the video if you guys would like as well. There's gonna be a lot more content with this game, obviously. I'm really smashing it right now. A lot of car builds, etc. Gonna be a lot of streams, all that. So just stay tuned. Anyways, hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day, and peace.